Address Manager. Because I have the default contacts on my iPhone set to my Google account, whenever I enter a contact or receive a contact from somebody that I would then import into my contacts list on my phone, eventually it will automatically be migrated or imported into the address manager on my BrailleSense. You know, everybody wants you to use their stuff. Apple wants you to use iCloud. Microsoft wants you to use OneDrive. Google wants you to use Google Drive. And they all have their way of doing things like contacts as well. But I have discovered that even if I'm not using the Google's contacts on my iPhone, there are utilities that will allow you to merge your contacts and synchronize them. And of course, we at HIMS can't help you out with that. We can only make you aware that they exist, and be aware that you want to make sure you back up your data before you do anything like use a program like Contact Sync. So let's go ahead and from the main menu,
File Manager, F.
Go into the Organizer. That's where all of our
Address Manager, A.
apps like the Address Manager,
Schedule Manager,
the Schedule Manager, which we'll be covering in another section,
Database Manager, D.
and the Database, which again we'll also be covering in another section.
Schedule Manager, Address Manager, A.
I'll go ahead and press Enter on the Address
Search
Manager.
address. Last name, edit box.
And the first thing we come up with is an edit field in which we can input the last name. Now, if we don't know the last name, we can input
First name,
the
edit box.
first name.
Company name, edit box.
And I'm just pressing space with .4 to move down through the list here. The name of the company,
Title, edit box.
the title.
Mobile phone, edit box. Home phone,
We've
edit
got
box.
all these fields that we can search by. I'm going to press space with 1, 2, 3 to jump to the top of this
Last
list.
name, edit box.
And let's just say that I'm looking for my coworker, Thomas Simpson. So I'll just go ahead and start typing the word Thomas, TH sign, OS.
S.
Oh, no, this is supposed to be a last name.
S-O-T-H.
My bad. SIMPSON. Press Enter.
Searching. One records found.
And
Thomas Simpson 1 list item.
I see Thomas Simpson, 1 of 1. So I'll go ahead and press Enter on that.
Last name, Simpson multi-read edit box.
And now I've got all Thomas's information.
First name, mobile phone,
At my fingertips now.
5,129,684,496.
Because it is synchronized with my iPhone, it's wonderful while I am on my iPhone talking to a person and they say, hey, can you give me that person's telephone number? And I'm able to do it immediately on my BrailleSense instead of having to go through the song and dance of going to my contacts list and doing it while the person is on the phone with me. That can be a little bit challenging, especially if that person insists on holding a conversation while you're looking for that information they just asked you for. So I'm going to go ahead and bail out of here with a
Address Manager, A.
chord Z. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go back in the Address Manager
Search
here.
address. Last name, edit box.
And again, I'm placed on last name. Let's see if I can look up somebody by a company name.
First name, edit box. Company name, edit box.
Let's see, my Dogs Vets is called All
A-L-L, all.
Pets.
T-E-T-S. Searching. One records found.
And
All
there's
Pets Animal Hospital 1 list item.
There's All Pets Animal Hospital. So it really makes looking up information really quick. By the same token, you can go ahead and tab through these fields.
Contact information. Company name, All Pets Animal Hospital multi-read edit box. Search field list.
So
Company name, All Pets edit box.
this is all in the tab order. The company name is All Pets, and I can go back up to the top
First
if I
name,
want to.
edit, last name, edit box.
To search by any field that I want to, and I can tab
List of records found. All Pets Animal Hospital 1 list item.
to see the list of records found
Contact information. Company name, All Pets Animal Hospital multi-read edit box.
and the contact information selected.
Search field list. Last name, edit box.
Okay, so let's go ahead and create a record, shall we?
Add address, enter I menu item.
So this is all very self-explanatory. I've got add address.
Set address search fields. O. Dialog enter O menu item.
We can set the default search field. So if you know that you always want to look something up by first name, you can set that to be the default search field.
Import from CSV. C. Dialog.
Import from
menu item.
CSV. So if you've got a CSV file, maybe you've got an Excel spreadsheet that contains all your addresses and things like that. If you can match the names of those column headers to those categories here on the BrailleSense, you can actually import your spreadsheet. First, you would save it as a CSV, a comma separated values file, and then you could bring it right up into the BrailleSense and
export to CSV. X. Dialog.
you can
backspace
also
X menu item.
export to CSV.
Set backup options. E. Dialog enter E menu item.
Okay.
Backup address list. U. Enter U
Okay,
menu
so we
item.
set backup options. There's backup address list.
Restore address list. R.
Restore
enter R menu
address
item.
list.
Exit. Z. Space Z menu
and
item.
exit.
Add address. I.
Let's
enter
go
R
ahead and
menu
add
item.
an address.
Add address. Last name. Edit box.
So we'll say Jones.
Dots. J. O. N. E. S.
And I'm going to just go ahead and press space dot 4.
First name. Edit box.
Thomas. Well, let's call it Mark
Dot
Jones.
six.
Okay.
M. R. K. Company name. Edit box.
Those
The H. O. S. E. Those.
guys.
G. U. Y. S.
That's the name of their company.
Title. Edit box.
President.
P. R. E. S. I. D. E.
Okay.
N. T.
So you get the picture. If I
Memo. Multi-line edit
tab
box.
over here, I can notate make some special notes in here about those guys,
Add button.
and I can press the add button, which I don't think I want to add this to my my contacts. So I'm going to go ahead and bail.
Save changes. Yes prompt button. No prompt button.
No.
Address manager. A.
And I'm back out to my
Organizer. O.
organizer folder. And that's really all there is to using the address book. It is so simple. It really doesn't get easier, and so convenient, especially, like I said, when you're talking on the phone, you need to look up somebody else's contact information and give it to somebody without having to do the little dance around that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, where you're trying to get the contact information while you're talking on the phone. This kind of eliminates that problem. So that is it. Thank you for joining us.